Hey petrol heads, today let's discuss CVT transmission's reliability in the hot climate. Because you probably know that CVT transmissions have really bad reputation on the market. Maybe the worst reputation. And everyone thinks that they're gonna overheat, they're gonna break down. And in the hot climate, the expectations are even worse. But the question for today is very simple. Are they really worse in the hot climate? Should you really consider the car with the CVT transmission if you live somewhere where you have more than 30 degrees quite regularly? First of all, let's find out why do CVT transmissions overheat? What influences their overheating? And the answer is very simple. Under the strain, like any other type of transmission, the temperature increases. But the problem with CVT transmission is that with the CVT transmission, you have a very high strain on it just driving the highway with a speed above 140 kilometers per hour. And the normal working temperature for the CVT transmission, like any other type of transmissions, is about 90 to 105 degrees. And that's really the main difference, because any transmission driving uphill or driving hard would increase its temperature. But if you are driving the standard automatic transmission highway on the speed maybe even 160, 180, 200 kilometers per hour, then it wouldn't overheat. It would produce the normal temperature, because it doesn't have any strain. It's moving on one exact gear, no problems at all. But the CVT transmission would have this strain every time. So your main goal as an owner of the car with the CVT transmission should be to decrease this temperature, to control it, to do everything to maintain your car well, to keep this car to keep the CVT in the working temperature. And that's quite a tricky thing, because in general there are three types of cooling the CVT transmission. The early transmissions were cooling only by the fluid inside the CVT transmission. Then the next generation was also cooled by a coolant from the main radiator, the main cooling system using for the engine. And the most modern cars, usually especially heavy cars, has a separate radiator and a separate cooling system for the CVT transmission. This technology helps a lot to prolong the lifespan of CVT transmissions, and sometimes you can even install an aftermarket port, an aftermarket cooling. I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest, but what you should do is to find out how your CVT transmission is cooling down. It is extremely important. You should know exactly the system in your exact car. Because the hot climate in general doesn't have a huge effect on the temperature of your transmission. Even if you have a standard summer temperature 40 plus degrees, the transmission can manage it easily, even as a CVT transmission. But this additional influence of this outside temperature by 5–10%, if you have a CVT transmission which main problem is overheating, can really lead you to a serious problem and to the damage of the transmission. So in the hot climate, I wouldn't consider any CVT transmissions without additional cooling system for the CVT. To be honest, in general, I wouldn't consider a car with CVT transmission in any climate and with any cooling system. But here I'm talking about some crucial things that would, in most cases, lead you to the problems. Because if you are a calm driver, if you maintain your car properly, if you change coolant every 30–40,000 kilometers, if you change transmission CVT fluid every 40–50,000 kilometers, then you would be okay with the CVT transmission in a hot climate, like here in UAE. You can easily go up to even 300,000 kilometers on the CVT transmission. Yes, it's possible. I have seen such cars with original CVT transmission, but they were extremely great maintained regularly with the right fluid, and then it is quite reliable for the calm drivers. The last car that I had with CVT transmission was 2012 Mitsubishi Outlander, and it was used not in the hot climate. And I had a brand new car, and the first problems with overheating I faced on the mileage of 60,000 kilometers. Even I changed the transmission fluid on 40,000. But just imagine it would be used in the hot climate. Then this Mitsubishi Outlander, without any additional cooling of CVT transmission on the 60,000 kilometers, could not only have some overheating issues while driving the highway, but it could lead to the complete death of the transmission. And answer me one question: do you really want to have such problems on your new car, especially when you're looking for something Japanese and quite reliable? You expect it to be reliable. I don't know, I would go for something else. Here in Emirates, overheating of CVT transmission and the fault of the CVT transmission is maybe one of the most common problems. We don't have, to be honest, a great maintenance culture because there are not so many specialists, good specialists here, and also a lot of people don't care about changing transmission fluid at all, so that's a very common problem. But if you are looking for a new car and you really like a model with a CVT transmission, which usually would be a huge car, a big car with additional cooling of CVT transmission, then you can go for it. Just maintain it well, but not on the used car market for sure. Avoid them at all costs. And by the way, if you are buying a new car, you would have some problems selling it. So please share your experience of using CVT transmission cars in the hot climate or not in the hot climate. It would be very interesting to know your opinion and your experience. Thank you for watching. Your like would support channel a lot. Subscribe for more. See you soon, or right now if you click one of these two videos. I hope you will enjoy them as well. And don't forget an oil change.